Shay, and I'm back with another live this evening instead of the morning, like I'm normally on in the morning. But I wanted to try something different, kind of see if I can get some of my watchers that may have to work early and can't get on early. So I thought I'll do a live this evening, and then if it goes well, I may try to incorporate it at least once a week, do like an evening live so that some of the YouTube friends that are working earlier in the day they can come on and listen in the evening. So yeah, thank you guys for listening and joining me today. So what I wanted to come on and talk about is BBLs because I've been seeing so many news reports and everything over the years and recently where it's so many people who are already beautiful people are getting these BBL surgeries and they're ending up passing away even before they're able to enjoy the surgery or whatever they did to their bodies. They're passing away from either getting too much anesthesia or having a health issue they wasn't aware of and end up getting the surgery in a place that didn't take enough precautions, and then they end up unfortunately losing their life. And it's been a lot of people talking about this. I was actually just watching this clip on Dr. Oz. So if you're familiar with Dr. Oz, he is one of the doctor shows. I think it used to come on. I don't know if it comes on anymore, but he talked about a lot of different medical things, and he had this specific episode on BBLs and how it's becoming a trend with people wanting to get bigger backsides and everything. And he said, "Why is it such a trend?" And it made me think, well, let me kind of get on here and talk about it because even though no one can tell you what to do, I mean, it's your body, what you feel comfortable doing to your body, it's your choice. You have to deal with that. But honestly, for me as a parent, looking at parents who are doing this, who have kids relying on them, who are risking their health just so they can get certain body parts increase, enhance, or whatever the case may be, I feel like that's not a risk that you should take. Me personally, I don't. Now, like I said, this is not to judge anyone on their choices. This is simply me just sharing what I think, in my opinion, on what I personally wouldn't do. But it's definitely up to you because I never judge anyone. This is not that type of channel to judge anyone. I'm just simply giving my opinion. So, yeah. So as I was saying, I just think that's a big risk to take. And the crazy part about it, like I said in the beginning, these women that passed away recently that I was looking at the news reports on, they were really pretty without the surgery or nothing. Like they didn't need to enhance themselves, and it's kind of sad. And it makes you wonder, like, why do these people assume, some of these people, that they need to enhance their body parts just to be considered beautiful? And it made me think about, hey, good morning, Sherry. How you doing? I mean, good morning. I said good morning. See, this is no time is off. Good afternoon, or what? Good evening, I should say. We're talking about BBLs, and is it really worth doing that, risking your health just so you can look good on the outside? Because I just been seeing so many reports on women getting enhancements and BBLs and all this stuff, and I'm like, are they really thinking about the complication or dangers they're putting themselves in prior to getting all this surgery? Um, but what I was saying was a lot of these women are have their own beautiful qualities, and it's like for them to think they have to change themselves on the outside. It made me think about a video I made earlier on. I think it was like maybe a month ago, where I talked about how the media influences our children a lot, and I feel like it also influences us as adults too. Because even though we're older, we still can be influenced, and I feel like because so many famous people, or as you call these Instagram influencers, push the narrative of the perfect body per se, what they feel a perfect body is, which is now most of the time pushed as, oh, you gotta have fake boobs and fake behind and the littlest stomach just to be considered beautiful, and that's only the standard of the world's perspective. That's not what beauty is. And it's disgusting. It's terrible that it's people out there that basically kind of prey on people insecurities about how they feel about themselves, and how they may, the things they may feel bad about, they use that as a way to get them to say, oh, look at this person. She looked like this when she got the surgery, so maybe you should get her. Look at this person. They freeze they fat away, so you should go freeze your fat away. Like, it's just ridiculous. And it's, and the crazy thing, and I've discovered this myself because I'm currently on a weight loss journey, and I have been determined to do things the natural way, even though that's the hardest way, and I do completely understand. It's hard to lose weight the natural way, especially with us, our schedules. Everybody's schedule is different, busy. Some people may have more children, so it's a lot that goes on an everyday basis. When you think like, I don't have time to work out all the time, or this, that, and the third. But I came to realize that, and there's a lot of research I've done on this, where 80% of really trying to love your body is the eating aspect. Once you kind of get that down, the working out part is like, long as you can get in like at least once a week a decent workout that you can do, and it don't always have to be rigid, because I don't necessarily do rigid everything. I do Grow with Joe. I don't know if you're familiar with her YouTube channel. I do some of her workouts most of the time because it's not so hard on your body and you don't ache so much from her workouts. But when I don't have the energy to do that, when I'm not feeling good or my health is not the best, I just go take a walk, or sometimes I just do like strength training where I just kind of do like leg lifts, maybe some setups, and I do the best I can for that day. And I had to realize that even with myself, like, you can't look at another person, what they're doing to work out, and say, oh, I got to do what they're doing. Everybody's body is different. Everybody's starting from a different place in their weight loss journey. And I had to also come to realize that looking at the scale all the time is not healthy. I had to realize that sometimes you need to tell yourself, like, I'm not going to weigh myself for 3 weeks at least. I'm just going to continue to make little changes, because the changes do definitely start with little things. And I've also came to realize, not that you have to cut out everything you like. It's just that the things that you do like maybe the fried chicken sometimes, or maybe the ribs, or whatever the case may be, whatever your, favorite thing is, you just can't have it every day. You shouldn't have it every day, but in moderation, you can still have those things and then still continue to see progress in your weight. because I haven't necessarily cut out everything in my eating. Now, it's a lot of things I don't care for, of course, like that, like junk food that much or things like that. But it's a day out the week I may have a little piece of cake. It's maybe a day out the week I may have a cookie or a cup of coffee, or I don't deprive myself of most things. It's just that the things that I know aren't as healthy, I try not to binge on those too much. Now, I do have a time at least once a week where I'm like, okay, I can have a little bag of this, but I just focus more like on not overdoing it. But I still don't deprive myself, because I feel like for me personally, when you completely just say I can't have none of these things, I mean, unless you have like a medical condition that says you can't have nothing, or something, or you're allergic to that, then that's different. But if it's like just a personal decision making, and I've done this over and over, and I know a lot of you can agree with me, when you've tried to completely stop something altogether cold turkey, it makes it hard, and eventually you end up going on a binge where it's like, you just eating everything wrong because you tried to keep yourself completely away from it. And that's not something you can easily do, especially when your body is used to eating those things. So I've learned a lot in my weight loss journey, and so far I've lost over 50 pounds just from really just being moderate with the things I eat, incorporating different things that I may have not tried before. Like, I came to find that I like oat milk. I didn't used to drink oat milk. I used to drink regular milk, but I found out that because of a lot of us, and I hear a lot of people say they're lactose intolerant, and I found that oat milk didn't have like dairy or gluten in it, and that has actually helped my digestive a lot. So anybody out there that has like stomach issues and they like milk, I would suggest oat milk. Like, and you don't just have to use it in your cereal or oatmeal or whatever you eat for breakfast. You can use it in your coffee. You can use it um and pretty much anything. Like, if you cook, like I just recently, when I cooked the meal for my family, I had made some pesto pasta, and I had used it to a little bit of the oat milk, and you can't taste it once you cook it, because it does. My husband did taste it just straight. It's kind of tastes like a little bit like an oatmeal if you drink it straight, but my preference, I mean, if you can drink it straight from the cup, it's fine. But I'm just saying, for me personally, I enjoy it better with things. Like, if I pour it in my cereal, if I pour it in, like when I'm making a pasta dish type thing, I enjoy it better with a food per se. Um, Yeah, so yeah, that's what I just been thinking about, because I'm like, if you take the time to really just figure out what your calorie, the deficit, I believe that's how you say it, is, which I learned when I was on Jenny Craig. I learned what my calorie intake is. And from learning that, and that's not the only way you can learn what your calorie intake should be, but that's how I learned mine. And when I follow that, I've been able to continue to drop weight slowly, which is the best thing, is to drop weight slowly. And I haven't been going super hard with the working out. I work out, but I do the best I can each day, because each day is different for me, unfortunately, because of the health issues I have. But I just, at least, if anything, do 5 minutes of some type of activity every day. Even, I don't always do straight 30, I don't always do 20, because it's impossible being a mom, a wife, everyday living. You can't do that much of working out all the time, because you have other obligations and things you have to do. So that's understandable that you can't commit to that. But I also consider my workout time, even if it is 5 or 10 minutes, like my self care. I have my spiritual routine, and then I have my physical, which is, taking 5 or 10 minutes to do a little workout. Like I said, even if it's just a few squats and some sit-ups. And the thing is, I learned over this journey that when you take the time little by little each day, you start building endurance each day, and it makes you want to continue to do it. Even on the days you feel a little tired, you still have the energy to do it because you are slowly building yourself up. Because a lot of times I remember when I first started working on my weight loss journey, I remember I used to think I had to do a whole hour every day and try to do like everybody else. And that's why I always say don't try to look at what everybody else doing, because everybody's circumstance is different. Everybody has a different starting they're at with their weight. It's really just about doing something fun and active each day, however minutes you can, and just try to stay consistent as possible with that each day. Even if sometimes that means you have to work out later when everyone's asleep, because I've definitely sometimes after my husband's asleep and my daughter's asleep, I would take that time, probably go in the living room for 5 or 10 minutes and get a little quick workout in before I, do my face routine and go to bed myself. So sometimes if that works for you better, because I used to always try to do early morning workouts, and not that I hated early morning workouts, I liked it, but at the same time, when you maybe have an appointment or stuff to do in the morning, it's kind of hard to squeeze in 5 or 10 minutes when you want to go. So I found it better, a more calmer way. I'm like, well, maybe doing it at night would be better because then I'm wind down. I didn't cook dinner and things like that. And that I found that easier, but it depends on you, what your schedule is and what works best for you. I also found out incorporating more veggies into your diet, whatever veggie you like that's favorite. I have a few things I like personally that's vegetables. Like I like broccoli. I'm starting to like salads, which is a hard thing for me because I used to hate salads growing up. I don't know why. I hated salads growing up. And I do love corn, which is another favorite of mine. Um, but yeah, the reason why I'm talking about all this because I feel like if more of us focus better on what we can do to make our bodies look the way we feel, which is healthy, would be better than focusing on how trying to be like the chick with the BBL or trying to, because a lot of times people have went unhealthy routes to get that way. And so many of the people that have had their body done regret getting it done, or they end up having complications even after the surgery. And it's like, is it really worth dealing with all that when it's better to just kind of take things slow and do things as natural as possible. And also when you do work on yourself, it's so many workouts I learned over time that help with different things naturally without you having to cut your body open. There's workouts that would make your butt look a certain way you want it. If you look like squats, I have learned squats have so many benefits. If you do like 10 squats a day or 10 squats a few days out the week and be consistent, and squats really do well for your bottom. If you want to like have a toned bottom that look in shape, you can achieve that with just squats. And it's even arm workouts I've discovered that help with like if you want your chest to not be so low, or if you want like your love handles to reduce. And it's just, if you really look for it, you can find things to do with your body naturally that you don't have to put yourself in danger and get cut for. Because I think sometimes nowadays, so many of us and the kids growing up now, they so used to a quick fix for everything, and the quick fix ain't always the best response to everything, because just because it may give you what you want quicker, I don't think a lot of people think about the long term effects of it. Or even if you do make it off that table, what's the long term effects of it later down the line as you get older? And that's what I think more people should consider, even before getting it all. Like, really think about, instead of thinking about the now, oh, I want to show this off now, this, that, and the third. Like, that you should really think about, like, what's the long term effects of what I'm doing? What is the risk I'm willing to take of what I'm doing? Because the thing is, even if you, like I said, even if you don't lose your life while you're on the table, most people that have gotten the surgery have ended up having complications later down the line. So either way, there's no win-win for these fast solutions that people are getting just so they can have uh, what they consider on in this world as a perfect body, because the most important is you being healthy. Forget having a perfect body. The perfect body is what you feel is happy for you. Long as you're healthy is the most important. Long as you're doing your best to be healthy for you, your family, your kids is what's important. Not because your kids don't care if you have a big behind or chest. They just want their mom and their dad. They don't care about that. They just want you there. And you making a decision like that is not nothing to do with bettering your family life, because your kids don't care about your body. They just want their mom and her care and love, not looking at how she look on the outside. So, I mean, I just think a lot of people, I hope, can hear this and really know that you're beautiful and that all the things you want, even if it's some things about your body that you don't like, it's a way to change that without going into a dangerous situation. You can even get a dietitian medically through your insurance to help you figure out, like, what's your calorie intake. And even too, not just the surgeries is a danger, but even with these people getting on these medications for um to lose weight, like these diet pills and these shots that's for something else that's supposed to be for weight loss. Like, I just feel like all these things, and I understand some people that may say, oh, it's not bad because we take medicine anyway, which I understand. Like, I'm on medication for my epilepsy that I have, so I understand being on meds for that, but I don't feel that's the same as taking medication for a weight loss, when that also has its long-term side effects of affecting your heart and the ingredients that you're not aware of that's in there that can give you even worse effects. I just feel like all these are quick fixes that they advertise to get people that are have low self-esteem or may have problems with the way they look, and I think they use that a lot to promote these things, when the best thing really is to do things naturally. The best thing, and you feel better. I know for me, when the weight I have lost so far on my own, and doing things just by changing up things here and there, I felt really good, and I can feel a difference in myself and my breathing and things like that, because I'm slowly doing it. You definitely feel the progress that you make, and you feel more proud of yourself when you know you've worked for it. That, because I've seen people too that would get these surgeries and then they'd go right back to eating whatever they want and acting like, oh well, it's gonna, if it get fat again, I'ma just cut it. Like, It's really sad, and unfortunately you can't tell anybody anything. Some people just still gonna do what they want, but for the people that haven't, decided on any surgeries yet, or that's listening to this live, I just want to hopefully reach someone who would really think before putting themselves in that predicament, and try some of these methods of what I've mentioned, like with the diet, not diet, I don't call it dieting. See, that's another thing, I don't call it dieting. Making healthier life choices. And it doesn't mean you have to eat like a rabbit. Like I said, you can still enjoy the things you like. You just have to watch how much of that you like, and sometimes just change up how you prepare them. Like if you like chicken and you really love chicken, some people really love chicken, just don't fry it all the time. Try baking it. If you don't like bake, try grilling it. It's different, or rotisserie. It's different ways of things you can do. The littlest things, you'll be surprised at what it does for you, just by that one little thing. By alternative switching from fried sometimes to bake or grill with the chicken. Steak, sometimes getting it grilled instead of fried, or instead of, or fish, baking it sometimes instead of frying it in oil. And I'm not saying you can't never have the oil, but even then you can kind of do an alternate. Don't use vegetable oil, try to use avocado oil, try to use canola. Those little things I've learned from me personally over time has helped me drastically in changing how I feel, how my stomach feels, how my weight reflects. And also, another thing I found to really help with digestive, and I know for many of us women who have, that time of the month, probiotics have helped me a lot. And even if you can't afford like the gummy probiotics, even just eating a cup of yogurt a day, if you can. And they even have some yogurts that's dairy free and stuff if you need that, or if for some reason you can't just eat any type of yogurt. But if you can try to eat yogurt, that's a really good um way to help with your digestive. Not only that, it's a quick, good snack too for if you having a sugar crave, and you're just kind of trying to you're trying to stay away from the cakes too much, some or whatever sweet that you may usually eat. That's another way of kind of curbing that, because I have also noticed that by me when I do have like a taste for a snack, and I want something a little sweet, but I don't want to eat like cake or a cookie or something. I want to do something healthier. I do choose to go for a yogurt, because it still gives that little bit of a sweet. You can get different kind of yogurt. Like I've tried like orange sliced yogurt. That was good. It tastes kind of like a sherbet. I had a vanilla tasting yogurt, which was really good. So that has kind of helped me too when I wanted something sweet, but I didn't want to eat like an actual sweet. So that little a change. And also another major thing I've done that has also helped me a lot with my weight too is trying to eat before 7 o'clock. And I know a lot of people heard this from different people over the years that say, "Oh, eating late, it makes a difference." It does. It really does. And I can tell you from my experience, since I've been eating by 6 p.m. every day, that's the biggest part I think of why I lost so much so far, because I didn't never think about till it was explained to me how when you eat late, like heavy food late, it just kind of sits on your stomach and it makes you bloat and you just feel crappy. It's not the best feeling to go to sleep on with a heavy stomach. But when you do eat a little early and try to eat before 7 o'clock, it does make all the difference. And in the beginning, it is kind of hard to do. It is, but once you get the hang of it, of kind of preparing the meals, figuring out what meal wouldn't take long to prepare, even if for your family, and you get that in before 7, you feel better about it. And in the morning when you wake up, your stomach don't feel so groggy and stuff from the night before because you gave your it's almost like you gave yourself your stomach a break in between the time you ate dinner and then afterwards you kind of was able to breathe and your stomach can digest itself. So that's definitely a number one thing that I've changed too that has really drastically helped me a lot, and I would definitely encourage you guys to try that if you're allowed able to definitely try to eat dinner before 7 o'clock. That does make a big difference. Now sometimes you ain't gonna always get it on the right time because you gonna have times where you may go to a gathering or a family outing where you may eat later and then I've had those times myself, but all I do, I don't try to stress over the times I may slip up a little or may eat later than I do. I don't be hard on myself about it. All I do is just say, okay, I ate a little late today. I just work out what I can and then just start over the next day. But I don't try to harp and make myself feel bad because, again, like I said, I haven't had perfect journey. I've had my moments where I went out with friends and stuff and I may have eaten a little bit more than I usually do. But the whole point, I just consider those days, if I do that, like my cheat day. And I just make sure the rest of the week I continue to watch what I'm eating for the remainder of that week since that day I may have had more than I usually would eat. So, yeah, those are my thoughts on that, you guys. And again, I hope you guys enjoyed my evening live and let me know what you guys think on the topic I talked about. I definitely like to hear you guys' comments. I thank you guys for joining me and subscribing to my channel. I hope you guys been enjoying the content that I've been pushing out, and I'm definitely always open to ideas on topics that you guys want to discuss. You definitely can let me know in the comments. I read my comments all the time. So I'm always open to ideas. You guys can let me know what things you want to discuss or what you want to talk about. And also, I would like you guys to let me know if y'all prefer me coming on in the evenings at 6 instead of the early mornings because I don't know everyone's schedule during the day or evening. So let me know if you enjoy the evening ones because if you would prefer me to do more evenings than mornings, I definitely can do that in my schedule. Except for maybe Wednesdays Wednesdays I wouldn't be able to do evenings, but the rest of the week I could do evenings if you guys prefer this better. Otherwise, I could just keep it in the mornings too, or just switch off from time to time. So. Thank you guys so much for joining. Remember to like, share, subscribe to my channel. Help me keep growing this wonderful channel because I do enjoy sharing my thoughts with you guys and talking with you guys. And I hope you guys stay safe out there and have a great rest of your night. Peace.